Christopher Cabaldon.
You know, you get a little nervous when a reporter says, before I bring the mayor up, I want to tell you a little bit about dirt. Something bad was going to come. But thank you very much, Sam, and thanks to Denise and Eric and the entire West Sacramento Chamber of Commerce, which we will hear about later this evening, has been not just one of our critical partners in recent years with some of the major initiatives that have been going on in this community, but for even before the period we became a city, and we wouldn't be here tonight if it weren't for the Chamber of Commerce. And it has evolved as the city has evolved. And to see marquee companies like the River Cats and IKEA and KOVR and Capital Bowl and the things that we are known for, along with small and medium-sized businesses of every kind in our community, come together and step up to help to promote and to serve this community is a great testament to the business community here. And so thank you to the West Sacramento Chamber of Commerce. Each year at this event, we take a moment to recognize and honor citizens and companies and civic organizations in our community without whom West Sacramento wouldn't be what it is. The success that we've achieved, but also who we are as a people, what we aspire to be, is driven by individuals, by companies, by community groups that care and that work to make a difference. And so tonight we are going to be presenting our 4 Civic Leadership Awards to 4 very deserving recipients. And I'd like to first invite up to make the first presentation City Council Member Bill Christoff to present the Civic Leadership Award for Pride.
Sorry, Denise. Okay. I have the honor and the privilege to present the Civic Leadership Award for Pride to a person that certainly deserves it, but is also just a very, very good friend. And he's a friend of many, many of you. His name is Mike McGowan. I will tell you a story. Mike and I were elected to city council. We were serving on the city council together, and there was an issue, and I can't even remember what the darn issue was, but there was an issue there, and Mike and I, from the dais, we had a little spit in the spat, and I knew I was wrong. Knew I was dead wrong. And I went over the next morning and I apologized to him. And I think that if there's any one thing that really sort of cemented a friendship, it was that kind of relationship that Mike and I have. And we've just been friends for a long, long time. But Mike has been a lifelong resident of West Sacramento. He and his wife, Sue, they have a daughter, Becky, and they have 2 grandchildren. A little boy, a little girl. And Mike attended McGeorge School of Law. He went through high school here at James Marshall and then went on to Sacramento State University and then went on to McGeorge, as I said earlier. And Mike then went into the United States Marine Corps. He served in Vietnam, and he was a chief in a 105 mm howitzer battery. So he shot the big guns. And then after completing his service, he finished his law school, and he opened a law office in West Sacramento. Mike, as I said earlier too, Mike was elected to the first city council that the city of West Sacramento had, and he was our first mayor. And he did a good job. He really brought this city along. He really did a super job. And then Mike decided to branch out a little bit, and he went to become on the Yolo County Board of Supervisors. And he's been on the Board of Supervisors since 1993. I guess he's in his fourth or fifth term. This bio I know says it, but I just got it. But Mike, the board really has a lot of issues that they deal with that are different than city issues. And Mike has been very, very active in the farming community. And he not only represents West Sacramento, but he also represents Clarksburg. And he has very, very good relationship with the people down there. And he brings a relationship that Clarksburg has and West Sacramento, and he tries to mend them and fold them into one another. And he does a very, very good job of that, because I know I've met a lot of people now from Clarksburg that I probably never would have met. And it was just because of Mike McGowan. He is a very strong advocate for the preservation of agricultural lands. He promotes and enhances open space. He is a member, well, matter of fact, now he is president of the Supervisors Association statewide. And that's a very big deal. That's a big thing. Mike was elected, like I said, Mike was elected president of California Association of Counties, California State Association of Counties, and chief lobbying arm, is the chief lobbying arm for the 58 counties involved within the state of California. Other duties that Mike has, he's on the port. Matter of fact, he is the chair of the Port Commission now. Delta Protection Commission, and that's a very important commission for us in West Sacramento because we are part of the Delta. And there are some major, major issues that will affect the city of West Sacramento and the Delta. He's on the Yolo County Transportation Board, tribal intergovernmental relations, the Native American Gaming Workshop Chair, Yolo County Air Quality Management, and it just goes on and on and on. And other special districts that he has is a number of the reclamation districts. Mike's very involved with flood, water, and those issues. And he has a number of reclamation districts that are really sort of under his jurisdiction and boards that he sits on.
Hi, Mike. I'm really excited to be able to have a chance to talk about you, but I'll be careful. Mike, I can't think of anyone who is more deserving than you are to win a Civic Pride Award in West Sacramento. You have been a great ambassador for your community and for the whole county, and you are a very talented representative and a very good example of someone who should be in government. Now, sometimes you're a little long-winded, but then that, is something that all of us have to face. Mike, you know that I've known you for over 20 years. We have served on the Board of Supervisors together, and we've worked on many projects. I really think that you are, to be serious about it, a really important advocate for your community and for all of Yolo County. You have done a tremendous job in whatever you have undertaken. Look at what you have done. Getting the River Cats to come to West Sacramento and Yolo County was a real coup. You have helped revitalize the port. Look at the beautiful buildings here in West Sacramento. I think that it is really to your credit that everything is going so well in this beautiful town of West Sacramento. I'd like to finish off by saying that I really respect you because you've always looked for the possibilities for making a better West Sacramento and a better Yolo County. And whether it took going to DC on the red eye quite a few times, as I recall. Now, I have to admit, sometimes you were playing back there with your band, but you were also working for Yolo County and for West Sacramento. And you will travel out of the country to try to get trade for the port. I think it was really a worthwhile trip that you took. Fortunately, you didn't have to take a slow boat to China. You got back here to help us out. But Mike, I really admire you a great deal for the hard work that you have done to represent this community. Mike, to me, you are the best, and you represent the pride of West Sacramento. Happy anniversary, West Sacramento.
My name is Matt Rexrode, and I have the privilege of serving with Mike McGowan on the Board of Supervisors and have done that for the last 5 years. My understanding is he's getting a community award tonight for his community service to the city of West Sacramento over many decades worth of service to this community. And when a lot of people think of West Sacramento, they think of kind of that feisty attitude that caused them to incorporate. McGowan's feistiness is demonstrated in a lot of different ways, and I have a lot of personal experience with that. I was actually happily the mayor of Woodland, California until I got this call one day from Supervisor McGowan, who encouraged me to run for supervisor. And I told him no, I was happy being on the Woodland City Council. He told me he'd be right there with me the whole way as I ran for supervisor, which was true right up until he endorsed my opponent, and was there until the very end. Some other great stories about McGowan and his feistiness. Probably my favorite was when he declared a pox on the entire House of the Legislature, which was wonderful. The other highlight, and there are several from our Board of Supervisors meeting, when TANC, the Transmission Authority of Northern California, came through and they were placing their power lines throughout California. As the meeting was about to start, I was upset about the way they were placing their power lines. So was Jim Provenza. And right before the meeting started, Mike walked over and he said, "Hey, keep your powder dry. Keep your powder dry. Keep it steady." So we were all good with that. And everything was going along fine in the meeting until it was McGowan's turn. And McGowan, when he had his chance to speak about TANC, he said, and I will never forget this, he said, what TANC is going to do is like when somebody is about to do something objectionable on your front lawn. And when that happens, you don't just say no, you go out there and you hit him in the face with a rake. And when he finished being the chair of the board that year, most people get a gavel or a plaque or whatever, but Jim Provenza and the rest of the board presented him with this rake to symbolize his feistiness, and not exactly something you'd want to get hit in the face with. And for those of you who think Mike's feistiness has just been a recent thing, yesterday when I knew that I was coming here to film this, I was in a meeting with Mike, and he's kind of one of these old Marines, and dementia's starting to set in, and a number of other issues. And so I texted him with a friendly little reminder to wake up, because he was clearly falling asleep and dozing off in the meeting. And his response to me, which I've saved here on my phone, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it says, "Screw you," with a little devil face. And this is from yesterday. So clearly his feistiness hasn't abided in his later years as he's slowly fading into dementia, but still doing a fabulous job for the people of Yolo County. Mike, sincerely, you're an absolutely wonderful human being and a great representative for the people of West Sacramento and the county of Yolo, and I thank you for your service and honor you here tonight. Cheers. Semper Fidelis.
Hey, McSoup. Congratulations on this honor tonight. We're all very proud of you. What a lot of folks may not know about you is that beyond all your political contributions, for example, being the first mayor of West Sacramento, I think it's like almost 20 years now you've been a county supervisor, well beyond being a great husband and father and grandfather, and even beyond being Mike McGowan, the life of the party in West Sacramento. What folks may not know is that you're also a phenomenal musician, and that you give back to the community what little free time you have left after all that stuff that you do for West Sac and the county. You give back through your music. For those of you who know you, the bottom line is Mike McGowan, better known as Lefty in the band circles, you are a drum slut. You haven't seen a drum kit that you don't like, but that's to our advantage, because not only here regionally, but throughout the country, you've used music as a way to break through barriers. A lot of times words and actions and politics, they won't be able to communicate or be able to tell our story, but through your music, and again, across the country you've done this, not just regionally, you're able to use your music to tell our story to our advantage here in the community. And for that, I truly applaud you. You know, the opposite of pride is humility, and it's truly through your humility, your giving, your unselfishness, Mike, that we have all benefited in this community. It's your humble service is why you're receiving this proud recognition. And for that, I applaud you. On behalf of your bandmates, we love you. We're honored and privileged to call you our friend. And I want to thank you. Thank you for your service to this community, but I want to thank you most of all for not kicking me out of the band. And we'll see you at band practice. We love you. Congratulations. Hey, West Sacramento, congratulations on our 25th anniversary. The only thing older than Mike McGowan's service to Yolo County is the city itself. Happy 25th birthday, West Sac.
Thank you very much. I am truly humbled by this. I knew this was going to happen. I was trying to figure out, really how I felt, and I think at the end of the day, it's a feeling of gratitude. So, I'm going to kill Matt Rexroad when I see him, but other than that, and Cindy Tuttle, I was the first mayor. She was the first woman mayor, and then Christopher Cabaldon was the first oboe player mayor. So we have several firsts here in the city of West Sacramento. Thank you. This has been more fun than a grown-up deserves. I really do appreciate this. You work your whole life to do something, and you don't really think about it or keep score or keep track, and pretty soon you look up and you realize that the time is going by and you've done a few things that you're proud of, and so to be the Civic Leadership Award for Pride for this year is truly something that I treasure and I really appreciate. Thank you, West Sacramento, for letting me do this. It's been my privilege.
All right, if we could get Mr. McGowan and Mr. Christoph to go in another room and take a picture while I let the other council members and awardees know, please do not read the entire biography. We're on a schedule here. Next, I'd like to invite to the podium City Council member Chris Ledesma, the newest member of our City Council, to present the Civic Leadership Award for Prosperity.
All right, they gave me 2 pages, so I will not read both pages. But, welcome everybody. Hello. Great to be here with you. It is fitting on our 25th anniversary of this great city that we honor tonight. I'm pleased to be up here to award the Civic Leadership for Prosperity Award, and it's fitting that we have it with a company and an industry where this really great city was founded in agriculture. So I'm pleased to present to you this award that goes to Farm Fresh to You. Farm Fresh to You is a second-generation organic farm that's got to start in the coastal ranges, Cape Hay Valley, about 90 miles northeast of San Francisco, just east of here, or west of here. The farm was founded in 1976 by the current owner's parents, Kathleen Barsotti and Martin Barnes. And they did it in the early stages of the organic foods movement. So there's a lot to be said about the pioneering spirit that these folks had. The brothers Noah, Freeman, and Thaddeus currently run the day-to-day operations, and they've become quite successful. Unfortunately, Kathleen, who started this farm and started this community supported agricultural operation back in 1992. She started it, which is a membership program. You send your produce out to members that sign up on it. She did it in 1992, but instead of just dropping off in areas, she began to do it at homes, which became a unique operation, and that's how they got started. Unfortunately, Kathleen died from breast cancer after a courageous battle in 2000, and her sons took over the operation from there. In 2007, they began to expand, and they started to begin farming in the Imperial Valley in Southern California, and that allowed them to get the Farm Fresh to You to the Los Angeles area and expanded their produce to all those customers there. In 2010, they came here looking to the heart of the agricultural world in California and they bought a building here to increase its cold storage capacity and offer space for their staff, office space for their staff. Today, the company is one of the largest CSAs in the United States, delivering farm fresh produce to over 40,000 homes a month. In addition to its farm fresh home to you home and office produce delivery service, the company also sells produce at several year-round farmers markets, partners with produce wholesalers, grocers, and Bay Area restaurants, and if you haven't been to the Ferry Building in San Francisco, they have a retail store there. So please join me in congratulating Farm Fresh to You. I think we're going to show the video.
Well, I think this region is really lucky to have Farm Fresh to You as a great example of how a family farm can go from a small scale and through multiple generations to become one of the biggest CSA distributors in California. Their ability to aggregate and distribute food here in the region and then throughout California is a great example of what we're trying to do at the Sacramento Area Council of Governments. Their aggregation facility in West Sacramento is exactly what we're trying to promote through our project. A way for small growers to get their food into one place and get it out to multiple markets. Farm Fresh to You is also a great community partner. They are providing a lot of food to the Sacramento Food Bank, and that partnership continues to develop. They're also providing training to beginning farmers through the Center for Land-Based Learning's Farm Academy. And they also bring students and their families out to the farm to help them learn about how food is grown and how agriculture works. I think that Farm Fresh to You is a great asset in West Sacramento and one that will be a great player for the next 25 years. Happy anniversary, West Sacramento.
We're very happy today to be celebrating the success of another one of our West Sacramento businesses, Farm Fresh to You. They're a great success story here in West Sacramento. Like the port, they've are responsible for shipping agricultural goods in and out of the region. And last year we were very fortunate to have the Secretary of Agriculture, Villasek, visit the Port of West Sacramento. And not only did we have the fortune of having him come to the port and see our operation, see how we move rice and other products in and out of the port, but immediately thereafter he was able to visit Farm Fresh to You and see how that business has grown from a small business here in Yolo County that serves our agricultural sector to a great employer and company that promotes economic development here in the region. Happy 25th anniversary, West Sacramento.
Yeah, the city of West Sacramento plays a very strategic role in our mission to transform agriculture in America by connecting small local farms directly to the consumers. So thank you everybody for your support, and we look forward to a good 25 years.
I was on that visit with Secretary Vilsack, and these guys seem quiet and unassuming at the podium. They were rock stars. And Secretary Vilsack said afterwards it was one of the high points of his national tour across the country was how impressive Farm Fresh to You and the leadership team there is. And so I want to second the award because it does represent, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, a major initiative for the city of West Sacramento and the region in putting food back at the center of our economy and our lives. Next, I'd like to invite to the podium City Council Member Mark Johannesson, who's going to present our Civic Leadership Award for Service.
In 2002, West Sacramento was very fortunate to have found and hired Toby Ross as our city manager. Toby came to us with extensive experience and an extensive background, including master's and a PhD from UC Berkeley and a BA degree from UC Santa Barbara, and also having held various university positions. He also came to us with substantial practical experience as well. He was a city manager for Park City, Utah, a world-class resort community that played host to approximately 40% of the events during the 2002 Winter Olympics. Toby presided over this full-service resort of city for more than 13 years and was named Manager of the Year by the Utah League of Cities and Towns on statewide growth and planning issues. His service to West Sacramento has also not gone without notice. Toby has aptly managed our city during the last decade, where we've seen a tremendous transformation into a city envied in the region for its ability to implement programs and projects, which have improved not only the competitiveness of our city, but also the quality of life for residents and our workers. He has been at the helm of a city whose local government is widely viewed as one that works in the region. Some of the major accomplishments during his tenure include major retail development in the north and south ends of town, which includes bringing IKEA, Walmart, Nugget, and Target to town. The development of the city's downtown into a vibrant government center, encompassing the City Hall, the Arthur F. Turner County Library, a satellite facility for Sacramento State College, and also our community center right across the street, and many more. Toby advanced and developed the city's aggressive flood protection plan, as well as major infrastructure projects in support of the Bridge District, which is the urban riverfront development south of the Tower Bridge that you all see driving into town. Toby has also served as the executive director of the Port of West Sacramento, which continues a path to become a green and economically viable port compatible with its residential neighbors. Toby has a lot on his plate over the last several years, and he has performed exceptionally well. It has been through his steady guidance that West Sacramento has been able to weather the national and regional financial situation. And West Sacramento remains in good financial shape and is ready for a very, very bright future. I'm very proud, along with the mayor and my colleagues on City Council, to be able to present this well-deserved award for Toby for service. And this is the year of the Toby. More to come. Toby.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Ledesma, the newest member of our City Council here in West Sacramento. And as the newest member of the council, one of the first things that came apparent to me was the leadership that the city has provided from Toby Ross. And so, Toby, congratulations on this most deserving award after the years you've served our city, the years you've served in leading our community, leading our agenda, leading our staff through some very good times and some very tough times and challenging times. Certainly, this award is really deserving. Again, as the newest member, I've noticed that from the beginning, noticed your ability to work with all of us, to support all of us, and the things we want to do to be effective members of our council. So I want to thank you, and also want to thank you for your personal support. I think leadership really transcends just what you do between the horns of the day, and you have certainly been a supporter of this community, a supporter of each of us, and trying to further our community. So with that, I just wanted to say thank you. Congratulations on this award. Certainly we mark our 25th anniversary of our city with this deserving award for our city manager. So thank you, and I wish you well.
More than a decade ago, it was my great pleasure to introduce to the business community the then new city manager, Toby Ross. As part of my research, I discovered that Toby had a degree in geography, and so with tongue-in-cheek, I announced that this is the man that would put the city on the map. Little did we know that, in fact, that's exactly what he would do, because you see, Toby is a gardener. And like all good gardeners, he looked around at what appeared to be barren ground, saw some star heritage plants blooming, patiently chipped away, and moved a rail spur, and the Bridge District bloomed. He then added a few amenities, and we have the West Cap streetscape, the West Sacramento Farmers Market, the Community Center complex, and a defined city core. And like all good gardeners, he realized the time comes that occasionally you have to prune back severely. And as a result, he streamlined city government and enabled the community of West Sacramento to survive what ended up to be the economic version of a hard freeze. He created and encouraged an environment to attract and support businesses to West Sacramento. And so, Toby, from the business community, thank you. Enjoy your retirement. Know that the fruits of your labors will endure and impact generations of West Sacramentans. 25 years of cityhood. Woohoo! Congratulations, West Sac.
Over the last decade, West Sacramento has seen a transformation, really transforming the city into a shining star of the region. And it's really viewed in the region as a city government that actually works for its citizens and the business community. Toby has been at the helm of our city for the last decade and really deserves credit for that transformation, and also being the steady hand during the last several years of financial uncertainty. West Sacramento is now celebrating his 25th year of anniversary. The city should all recognize Toby for his dedication and service to the city. We could not have done it without him. And Toby has really been, with his experience and expertise, has really been a valuable assistance to council in implementing their vision in a very pragmatic way. So Toby, congratulations.
It's a real honor to be on a stage where Mike McGowan has been. You know, he was one of the first people to contact me, even when I was back in Park City. He sent me a note and he said, "I really want to welcome you to my town, Christopher, and don't screw it up." And so I've done my best not to screw it up, and I've had a lot of people helping me, and I have to say that the city council and really all of the city council members since I've been here have been an absolute pleasure to work with. They've had the vision and the good sense to know what their role was, know what our role was, and to get it all done. And you can't do it without the political leadership that they've provided. And then a tremendous staff. It's amazing that a little community like ours in a pretty good sized region can attract the best and the brightest, and we've really done that. And it's been great to work with all of those people. And then I want to thank my wife. She stood by me for 40 years in this crazy business, and I don't know how she's done it, but I want to thank you all. Thank you.
A tough couple months as we say goodbye to Toby a few times, and I know I asked the council members not to read their entire things, but we don't have a strong mayor form of government here, and they do whatever they want to. So I apologize, but that's democracy. So next, I'd like to invite, and that's a warning shot actually for our next presenter, our Mayor Pro Tem Oscar Villegas, who's going to present our Civic Leadership Award for Community.
I got it. Subtlety. Christopher's so good at being subtle. All right, so it's a great pleasure for me to be up here and to recognize the next recipients, the Civic Leadership Award for Community. So congratulations to the West Sacramento Farmers Market. Give them a big hand. So rather than going through and reading the entire thing, I'll just sum it up. Last year's Farmers Market, it was directly across the street. If you didn't participate, if you didn't even know it happened, all I can say to you is, loser. And that's it. I'll read a couple of things that they did do very quickly. So the market opened up last year. For those who did not know, it was a huge success. It met all of its goals. The first market in the region to be a zero waste market, which meant that 97% of the waste that was generated in the market was diverted to landfills through recycling and composting. That's a big deal. 25 certified farmers, 14 were from Yolo County, 6 different restaurants, 3 from West Sac, 3 from Yolo County. Over 2,700 pounds of tomatoes were sold, 3,600 pounds of stone fruit were sold. So you get the picture. It was very successful. Next year is going to be even bigger and better. So mark in your calendar, 2012, it's going to be, this year is going to be even bigger and better. Mark in your calendar, May 3rd. Put it in your calendar. That's the day it's going to kick off again this year. So congratulations, and I think we have a video. Is that right? All right.
Hi, my name's Dan Gannon, the owner of Humble Roots Community Supported Agriculture and an organic farmer here in West Sacramento. I just want to let you know that the West Sacramento Farmers Market is preserving the agricultural heritage of our city. It's restoring agrarian values to our community, and it's providing economic opportunities for new farmers to make a decent living. For every dollar you spend at the farmers market, it stays right here at home, and it multiplies into several dollars spent in our community. Humble Roots and the City of West Sacramento Farmers Market are bringing the farm back home. Happy anniversary, City of West Sacramento. Keep up the good work.
I'd like to congratulate and to thank the Chamber and the City of West Sacramento for creating the West Sacramento Farmers Market. Congratulations on your award for civic leadership. Thank you for creating a space that was green and sustainable, allowing us to have a place to purchase fresh produce and baked goods, to provide wonderful entertainment, and a convening place for the city. It was a place to gather information, to catch up with friends, to meet new people, and I really enjoyed it, and I know that members of the community did as well. So thank you very much, and congratulations. Happy 25th anniversary, West Sacramento.
This is Steven at the market. I'm sad to report that the market is closing down for a while and will reopen in May. I've had a great year at the market, tried lots of new things, made lots of new friends, and I'm just wishing that this day would never have come. But everybody knows that nothing lasts forever. So, see you next May. This is Steven at the market, sadly signing off. Thanks for the award, and come to the market in May. Also, tune in to Divan at the Market on YouTube and the Farmers Market website.
So just really quick, it's hard to follow Divan at the market, but first of all, I know Denise isn't up here because she thinks that she's up here too much tonight, but obviously she was a huge part of this. She was part of it when it started 3 years ago before I was even part of the chamber. So big thank you to Denise and anyone else that was a part of kind of the steering committee that made this really happen. We want to thank our partners at the city, at Los Rios, at the library, our friends at PD that kept us safe, Marty, and everyone that came to the market. It was just really nice to see a community place downtown that everyone could come to and show off this new beautiful downtown area. So thank you all for coming if you came last year, and this year let's make it bigger and better. It starts May 17th. I know May 3rd everyone's really excited, but a couple more weeks. So May 17th is going to be our first market this year, so come out. Thank you.